Going back to the fair here. This is a day after the fair. We'll see how far I can go before I get underneath somebody's nails.
On Facebook because everybody's sharing their first Facebook pictures. Love this thing though. And Joe from Independence who wrote in on the 51021 text line. First day of school.
Looks like they got some farm equipment up here on the main.
Happy first day, everybody.
It's bobcats. Like they're setting this one off. They may be going to actually use this one while it's here for demonstration for something in here. Oh, that's Sedalia rental. Here we go down the main drag, the day after the fair. Okay, we start our tour of the fairgrounds the day after the fair. This is somewhere I always used to like as a kid. It's the Highway Gardens, the Missouri Department of Transportation. We used to come in here. Now, I'm going to tell you something. When we were kids, now this is a long time ago, it'd be unbelievable today, but they let us ride mini bikes in here. Mini bikes on this tile. They had a red tile type of brick then. But this is sponsored by the state of Missouri, and they have some events in here, but it's mainly a big rest area. And I don't know if they had this many tables and stuff in here this year, but they might have, because they, you know, as hot as it's been, this is a shaded area. You have water here, and oh, the fountain's still running. We'll take a look at that. But this is all run by the state, and the troopers used to have a car over here called Otto or something, and it was like a talking car, and it was sort of a tradition. They had it every year, and I think that's probably long gone. Going through the covered block here. I don't hardly ever get to see this run anymore, this fountain. And they've got a full-time girl, I think it is, that works this floriculture in here all the time. That's all she does. Over here by the fire department. This is all volunteers. Different departments from around the state come here, man at different times during the fair. There's the old antenna tower. Pettis County Ambulance is in there. And this is also their depot out here, I'm pretty sure. And they got a charger or something on their truck there. But boy, I tell you, it's amazing how quick she can die. This is the first day after the fair, early morning, and I'm already just knocked out about what's already gone. Used to, it took 3 or 4 days to get it set up. Nowadays, they've gotten so good. It's here on the day before, a lot of it, and gone the day after. Okay, we're starting over here on the other side. This is where, in the day before the fair video, we went in, where that building is over there, or where that little Gandhi is, that gondola. We went in that side and went down that row, and it wasn't all here yet. So I'm going to see, the security's down right now because all these people are going to be picking this up. So let's see how far we can go. And well, look at this. This is the new John Deere's, and boy, they got pretty good quality. I'm impressed with them. Take a look up in there just for the heck of doing it. Here's what I'm telling you about the price of farm equipment. And on that first video, remember I said some of these rigs will be $500,000. Well, this is a small tractor, and with a, you know, a backhoe or a brush hog. And you see why you can't buy this. As a starting out farmer, that brush hog's $5 grand. But it's really good equipment. I mean, the equipment is better than it's ever been. The cars and stuff you have anymore are terrible, but this farm equipment's better than it's ever been. And they're still in there. Their sales office is still open. I'm so surprised somebody didn't walk out and want to sell me a tractor. But that tractor we looked at was just a little, for like a farm, just to do basic chores, almost 40 grand. And so something like this, do you still think I'm out of line when I say something like that is $500,000? Well, I tell you, I know a few farmers, and I'm not out of line because it is. Here's those Manitous we looked at in the first video. We're coming in from a different direction. These are all lifts. Gosh, is that a mower they got on the front of that now? It's hard telling. See, this is the way we came in before. We'll go out this way and I'll show you. We're going in here. We're going to walk right by them. I've got the nerve. Look at this. That's not bad. There's a big one for 36, or package deal's 44,500. I don't know what they're packaging it with. This is Mahindra. These are all the case ones. Here's was one of my favorite, was Massey Ferguson. And they used to use their small tractors to pull the state fair trams around out here. And I haven't been in here enough to know if those trams are even running anymore. I'm a backwoods bear here from the 60s and 70s. Maybe made it as far as the early 80s. Kind of taking a look here. If I can get by it, I'm going to go in here. This is that tent we went in before the fair. Now here's what's in it. This, I tell you what, the day after and the day before is the best day to see all this. And you don't have to spend anything, and you get to see everything. And they're looking, so I better get out. And we're pushing on this, but the implement dealers, they don't care as much because they want to sell this stuff. And they may care a little bit about showing their prices. I better watch that. But I don't know if these are inflated for the fair. Look at that. Now that's what I wanted to tell you. Right there's your prime example. That's a great, it's a deer combine or whatever. And you tell me that ain't $500,000. I bet you that's $1.5 million. I bet it is. And it's worth it to a farmer. Man, I can't believe how big this stuff is anymore. Gators. Some friends of mine has one of those. When I get home, I'm going to try to look up Massey Ferguson. This is some big stuff, let me tell you. When you look at this, this is how we used to make things, could make things. And I don't know how much of these are made in the U.S. anymore. But look at this. Look at the mechanization on that. It makes you wonder how the farmers can do all this. And look at those belts on that. That one is probably 4 inches wide up there. These, I tell you what too, these are made very, very well. Yeah, I mean really good. And that's the one thing that hasn't went bust is farm equipment. And the cars and everything else just has one thing. Even the electronics, it just kind of went bust, but not the farm equipment. They still, if they're not making it here, they've still, the American companies still care enough to make a decent product, and they have to for farmers, because farmers are not going to baby things, I can tell you that right now. Farmer's going to use his equipment and use it hard to make as much profit as he can to pay for it. Amazing. Well, she's going down. This is where we stood a day before the fair, and the Ferris wheel is there. It's no longer there. This is how fast it goes down. Very fast. There's that big generator up here, and they're tearing this roller coaster or whatever it is down. We'll go up there and take a look at it. This is how quick this stuff is taken down. By tomorrow afternoon, it'll all be gone. It's unbelievable. There's some real nice trailers. Shadow Cruiser. That's a new brand, or at least it is to me. I'll call it a new brand because I haven't heard of them before. They look like they're good. I've seen these Cherokees before, but I would have never remembered them unless I stumbled on them again out here. The trailers are getting nice, but they're $100,000. Now you just can't do anything anymore if you're a regular person. They just take it all away. especially with me and the job and all that. If I wouldn't have to waste so much, I would have had a ton of money right now. You know, instead of... Now, these guys may get a little itchy on this, but I'm going to do this. They won't care. They don't like it, but I'm going to risk it. Okay, here's where we were the other day, the day after. The day before the fair. And now here we are at the day after the fair. This is the Midway. This is how quick it goes up and down. This is just the first day. The fair was going last night, everything. They don't like being filmed, but they're taking it okay. There's where that real pretty stand was, and the guy was opening the gate for the first day. Remember that in video 1? Okay, this is looking down. There's that other generator. It is still there. They have 2 of them. This is where all those little rides were, if you look at that. And we did in the first video. This is looking back up the Midway towards Thompson Boulevard. And this is the big view. This is looking back down the Midway towards the main drag of the fair, where all the stands and stuff and the bars are. And I can't believe that. Mike O'Connor, MLC, Gibbstown, Florida. There used to be a Chevrolet dealership here in town named Mike O'Connor. And I think that is a Chevrolet. Wouldn't that be something? I know he's not alive anymore because he was my age now when he had his dealership. But I wonder if that's the same one as had the Chevy dealership here. No, that's a Ford. Okay. That's a Ford. It could still be Mike O'Connor, yeah. You know, this is a big mess for somebody to clean up after they leave the maintenance in here. Now these are still up. I think we made this one. This one was in the background of the first video I made on opening, the day before opening. And it hasn't been touched yet, I don't think. And I imagine it must be a quick one to tear down, because they usually get right on the big ones and the ones that are hard and time consuming to take down, where they get them down. They're going somewhere else, this carnival. And in another day or so, they'll be setting this all back up again somewhere else. Golly. You remember that little ride? Oh no, here it is. That's another one over there. Okay, this one, these were all here. This is like it was the first, you know, the day of, what am I trying to say here? The day before. Because I made a video of this. I'll try to get this as just like it was. And but they haven't touched these a bit. They sure haven't. They're getting mad, so I'm gonna head out of here. There's the merry-go-round, which was there when I was here the first day. I'm going where angels fear to tread. Morning. Go over here and take a look at the moose. And boy, they've already almost shut it down. Oh God, have they ever. Yeah. See, they're all local. It's Moose Lodge, so they, you know, they want to get done. They want to get it up quick and enjoy it and get it down and forget it for next year. And they don't have far to travel because they're local. Looks like they've got, looks like maybe Pepsi or Coke back here. These are probably the unused ones. Yeah, it's Pepsi. And these are contracted stands that come in here. And that's what I told you. There used to be a stand here. Look at all the stands they had on that one foundation where that one big stand was. And in my opinion, that's the way it's going. Eventually, instead of replacing the old buildings, they'll have concrete slabs, and they'll just pull the trailers in here. But used to, you didn't own the stand, but you owned the spot from the fair, and I guess you paid monthly for it. But it was your spot to have your own stand and anything. Now it's not like that. You can have somebody in the same spot, different people every year. But this is the aftermath of it. I'll worry about that because there's a car down there. There's a truck, always a truck. The car's in peril. Never fails. You know, they don't care as much as they used to about being filmed or something. I think if everything today, they're used to it. See if we can go by the animal. This is going down towards the horse barns. Morning. The horse barns are used year-round, but it looks like they're loading up too. I'm pretty sure all the cows are gone. Here's your stage ride.
Well, they got pictures and all sorts of weird shit today, I guess.
Looks like there's a trailer load going home. Here's the Donley Arena. And This is showing some age now, but it's still fairly new. This is where they built this to run the horses and stuff and have shows locally. Actually, when the fair wasn't here, and it's ended up being really used during the fair too. And they got little. I noticed they got bleachers in there this year. That's something new. Let's see what they had. Look at the size of those fans. Yes, sir. That's the biggest ceiling fan I've ever seen. It's good for the animals. Those are so big they've even got balancers on the end of the blades. Wow. This is kind of saddening really, but it's the end of another year. Okay, here we are at the cows. The cows this is Shorthorn, and they're already gone. That's how quick the farmers get in and out. This is just deserted. And the maintenance guys in here, they're going to have a job on their hand. They got all that dead hay in there. And this is it. They're just gone. The big ones are gone. It's just dead in here. They got those big fans for the cows too. I'm going to turn around here. We'll go down to Buffalo, or Beefalo. That's another man-made brand of, not brand, I don't want to talk at them like they're a commodity. That's a man-made breed, Beefalo, and where man has crossbreed certain breeds to make a new breed, and they name it Beefalo. Here's the cattle barns. They got these all over the buildings, so it tells who the architect is and a little bit about the building. And some of these are designated for other things now over the years. Most of these are still the same. This one is a bigger one. It's gone. They're out of there. Look at that. They're just gone. It's just like yesteryear. We'll go down here. We'll look in the Beefalo. I'm sure it's vacant. Look at that across the street. It is too. The Holsteins. And they had some Charlois in here. I heard this year. They'd be up there in the corner. I'm not going to walk back that far. Look at this. These are just packed with animals. This is another year passing. This stuff was staples during the fair for that week. Now it's passing. It looks old. It looks used. And this one's gone. And they've got a big job. The fair maintenance guys cleaning all this up. It'll take them till after Christmas probably. Okay, let's stop here. This is brown Swiss. I wouldn't mind to see these. They're one of my favorite breeds, brown Swiss.
Thank you.
Look at that. They're gone. Ireshires are good. And I don't want to get in their way or wear out my welcome. Here comes the cleanup crew right here. It's a big job. stop here. This is brown Swiss. I wouldn't mind to see these. They're one of my favorite breeds, brown Swiss.
Thank you.
Look at that, they're gone. Ayrshires are good. And I don't want to get in their way or wear out my welcome. Here comes the cleanup crew right here. It's a big job. We can go in the Coliseum. This is where they hold all the horse shows. And sometimes they have horse shows out here all the time. Until it's well used. And I think right here is where the officials that judge them, it's the green carpet. And I think that's where they have all their stuff. And it's hard to believe another year has came and passed in 1 week. And then all these buildings and stuff, they're rented for other purposes, don't get me wrong, but most of them will go back to sleep. And they have a lot of buildings out here people will rent for a family event even, or even a wedding. Oh, here's something interesting. When I was a kid, that was there. That's one of the original, I don't know if that can be seen on the, that's one of the original loudspeakers that they had in here. Man, that thing must be 60 years old, because when it was in here, when I was a kid, it looked a little better than that, but it was considered 20 or 30 years old then. It's amazing, isn't it? Let's go up here and take another look. We'll also take a look out the window. I hope they don't lock me in here. They're so used to me in here, they don't care. Fan's still running. And this is another judging platform. I think this is mainly like guest people, like when the governor and people come here, they have them all up here. It's on an elevated platform, or the one over on the other side. Just usually this one though. Here's another one of the old speakers. We'll look at it here too. I get claustrophobia about going off of here, getting close to the rims of this stuff. And they got the big fans and stuff in here, it looks like too. My commentary is probably not real intelligent during this because there's, you know, there are workers in here tearing this down. I don't want to get in their way, constantly thinking about it. And here's the big speaker again. This one also probably must be here 75 years. And it's amazing. Look at the little magnet. That little magnet drives this great big horn. Isn't that something? This little magnet right here drives this great big horn. Well, we're going to take another look out the window here at this teardown, and then we'll move on. I'll try to get the top part of the carnival, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're up here at the, this is where we usually end up. We're up here at the beginning of the Midway. And boy, is that ground, look at that ground. They'll have to hose the streets down and everything. This is from the beginning of the main drag, looking down on the Midway. As quick as it came, as quick as it leaves. That's how quick this is. And I'm starting to really intrude on these guys, but I'm pushing my luck because this is probably the last one of the fair I'll ever make. Yeah, I'm getting old enough now, but we're going to push them a little bit today and then be gone. Okay, remember we passed by this stand. This is where we came in on the day before video, and they're just now clearing it out. Just now clearing that out. That was what was sitting here. It's the part where I start out and say, at the fair, you know, here's that part right here. This is where the day before video started. We're going down the same drag. This equipment's here, but they're moving it out. There goes. That was in here on the corner. That was in the video. First one. And I'm going to walk down here and see if I can go in the swine building and get those guys tearing that roller coaster down. I didn't want to stand there and shoot video of them because somebody will fall off to their death or something if they know they're being watched. Here's something really cool. This is a Mahindra, I think. It's a copy of the old wartime Jeep. I wonder who's making that. It's not a Mahindra. It's a Roxor. And this looks like a copy of the old Jeep. Unbelievable. Even the dashboard looks the same. Well, I bet you they can make that for pennies, but it sure won't sell for pennies. And this is nothing to do with the real Jeep. It's a knockoff of the World War II Jeep. Man, if he's on a farm, that'd be great. That's another neat little vehicle to run around your farm in. It's got real four-wheel drive and everything. But that is, without knowing anything about it, that is a modern knockoff of the World War II Jeep. I wish they had that down where you could see it. I'd like to sit in it, and they probably wouldn't give a damn if I, probably wouldn't care if I got up on the trailer, but that's something. Roxor. And the dealer, it's, gosh, look at that, look at that. Turbo diesel. And here's the dealer if you want to talk to him. Cool. Familiar. It's a neat little trailer. Those are 40,000 now would be my guess. Somewhere around that. There it is. It's already been sold. 29,000. They took 10 grand off. I was right. That's what they go for. $39,999. That's a nice little rig. Sometimes I think I'd be better off buying something like this and putting it in a trailer park that'll house, that allows camper trailers, and just living in it. They got, these are really getting nice. Here's another nice one. Getting modern. That one's 34. Did it sell? No, that's the price at the show is $34,899. It's regular $38.99. They are trying to do something for people in here. Used to, this stuff was a little higher in here. That's a nice one as well. Rogue by Forest River. Kind of taking a look here. I watched them take that roller coaster down. And they haven't went as fast as that on that one as I thought, but you can on that because of the dangers involved. But look at the bottom of it though. They have the bottom tracks all stripped off, and I guess they work their way from bottom to the top. Is what it looks like. And they're lowering the crane there for something. Here's something really cool. This is a Mahindra, I think. It's a copy of the old wartime Jeep. I wonder who's making that. It's not a Mahindra. It's a Roxor. And this looks like a copy of the old Jeep. Unbelievable. Even the dashboard looks the same. Well, I bet you they can make that for pennies, but it sure won't sell for pennies. And this is nothing to do with the real Jeep. It's a knockoff of the World War II Jeep. Man, if he's on a farm, that'd be great. That's another neat little vehicle to run around your farm in. It's got real four-wheel drive and everything. But that is, without knowing anything about it, that is a modern knockoff of the World War II Jeep. I I wish they had that down. We could see it. I'd like to sit in it. They probably wouldn't give a damn if I, probably wouldn't care if I got up on the trailer. But that's something. Rockstar. And the dealer, it's, gosh, look at that. Look at that. Turbo diesel. Here's the dealer if you want to talk to him. Cool. Surveyor. It's a neat little trailer. Those are 40,000 now would be my guess. Somewhere around that. There it is. It's already been sold. 29,000. They took 10 grand off. I was right. That's what they go for. $39,999. That's a nice little rig. Sometimes I think I'd be better off buying something like this and putting it in a trailer park that'll house, that allows camper trailers, and just living in it. They got, these are really getting nice. Here's another nice one. Getting modern. That one's 34. Did it sell? No, that's the price at the show is $34,899. It's regular $38.99. They are trying to do something for people in here. Used to, this stuff was a little higher in here. That's a nice one as well. Rogue by Forest River. Kind of taking a look here. I watched them take that roller coaster down. They haven't went as fast as that on that one as I thought, but you can on that because of the dangers involved. But look at the bottom of it though. They have the bottom tracks all stripped off, and I guess they work their way from bottom to the top. Is what it looks like. And they're lowering the crane there for something. I'm inside the swine building, kind of taking these pictures. I don't want to spook these guys because sometimes when somebody knows they're being filmed or watched, you could actually make one of them fall off the rig or something and get hurt.